Okay, let's get started so that we can have some time to answer your questions as well. Welcome to our Elite Mentorship. This is like an info session, a Q&A. Think of it like behind the scenes sneak peek for Elite Mentorship. So we are here to share a little bit about you with regard to Elite, what it's going to entail, what this mentorship will entail, why it's important, what we think you'll get out of it, and then open it up for a little bit of Q&A at the end if we have time for that too. So feel free to type your questions in the chat and hold on to them for the end, and we'll do our best to get to them. If we are not friends yet, my name is Julie Voris. I live in Carmel, Indiana. It is snowy where I am right now, which I'm so happy, because if it's going to be winter and it's going to be gray, I would rather have snow. If it's going to be gray and just gray, then I'd rather be on a beach. So I'll take all the snow all the time right now. And we are so excited that you guys are sharing a little bit of your day with us on this Thursday to talk about Elite. And we're even more excited that you have it on your goal list, that you have it on your vision board for 2021. And we can all agree that whether you achieved Elite or not and whatever in 2020 was a very odd, strange, surreal year. We've got a couple weeks left in it. And the beautiful thing about a new year is we can take the lessons that we've learned in 2020, which have been very real. There have been lessons that we have learned in 2020, and we can take those, kind of put them into our backpack and move forward into 2021 with the experience and the knowledge and the wisdom and the lessons that we learned. And we can move into 2021 with new goals, fresh energy, a fresh new year. But with those lessons, like, we are better and stronger now in December than we were in January. No matter what goals you've accomplished or not accomplished, you are better and stronger now in December than you were in January, simply because you are here and still standing in December of 2020. So you are stronger, you're smarter, you're all the things. And as we move into 2021 and we talk about the Elite program, you might be thinking, why is Elite important? And our question to you, of course, will be, why do you have this on your vision board? Why is it important? And one of the pieces that I want to talk to you a little bit about is how I use Elite in my own business. So some of you might know that Sparta Nation, my team, and I have been an Elite team now 11 times. So we hold that honor with another team in the network, Melissa McAllister's team. And I've been a coach for 12 and a half years. So for really as many years as there have been an Elite program, we have been achieving it, and it's become our barometer. Some years are easier than others. Some years I'm a better leader than others, and that's why some years are easier, some years are harder. And it really is our barometer on if we're moving our business forward. That's what it has become for me. And I want you to kind of dig into what Elite means to you, because if your reasoning for being an Elite team is so that you can walk across a stage, you're going to need to dig a little deeper on that, because we may or may not have a stage in 2021, and Elite is so much more than that. If the only reason I had for achieving Elite was to walk across a stage, that moment is about 30 seconds long. So you're telling me you're going to put 365 days of work into something that's about 30 seconds long. You're going to have to dig a little deeper for a reason, if that is your only reason. For me, Elite becomes a barometer. It is a measuring stick, a metric for if I'm moving my business forward. We all have goals and dreams in this business. They start one place and they probably grow. When I started, I wanted to buy tennis shoes to teach my classes in. I wanted to be able to put gas in the car. I wanted to be able to go to the grocery. As my business grew, as I used Elite as a metric in my business, it became pay for lessons for my girls. It became pay my mortgage. It became send my children to college. But all along the way, Elite is my metric to make sure I'm meeting those goals. So my goals are not necessarily, I just want to be an Elite team. My goals are, I want to send my kids to college. Okay, now I'm going to use Elite as the metric that helps me get there. That's the action that I'm taking to help me reach those goals. So if your only goal is to walk across the stage, we're going to have to dig a little deeper than that. Yeah? Deal? You're going to have to come up with something a little bit bigger than that. Does it have to be send your kids to college? No, it's your goal. Elite is the track that gets you there. And make no mistake, it will take you 365 days of work to do it. And when you get to the other side of that, it's kind of like getting to the other side of a workout. that feeling on the other side of it, it's not something that can be handed to you or given to you. That is something you earn. That's what makes it so special. That's why coaches put it on their vision boards. That's why we reward it. That's why we celebrate it. It's because it truly is a celebration, a recognition of 365 days of work with you and your team. And as we get into this, you're going to find seasons and times when it feels like you're in flow and it feels like you're not. And we're going to encourage you to make sure you're raising your hand and saying, I'm off track. I don't know what's happening here. I feel like I'm losing my way. Do that sooner rather than later. Because as I was sharing with the girls in our message thread earlier, sometimes it feels like those years that it's harder. It feels like I did in math class. I was an English major. Math is not my strong suit. And by the time I actually raised my hand and said I had a question in math, we were weeks past where I needed to be. We were weeks past where I should have asked the question. And the years that Elite has been hard for me, when I have not lived up to being the leader that I should be, it's because I let too much time go from the moment where I went off track. And we want to shorten that learning curve for you. The minute you feel like I'm a little off track, we want to make sure you can say, hey, I feel like I'm a little off track. Let's catch that. Let's get back on track. Because when you get to the end of next year and you get that call from corporate, you will know that's a feeling that you earned 365 days. And it's moving you closer to your goals, whatever those big goals are. It will change your life. It will change your family's life. And that's really the point of Elite. So I'm going to kick it over to, is Holly on here? Did she make it on?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to kick it over
Yay.
to her. She's going to talk a little bit about the end of the year.
Okay. So one thing you're also going to get out of this is like a little bit of each of our personalities. So like when I need my like vision and belief, Julie's like my person. And if you need tough love and me to tell you you're freaking going to have to work your ass off to be a top coach, then like that's me. And so that's what I'm going to tell you, because none of us have done what we have done by doing a minimum or a tracker or whatever. We have all gone above and beyond. And, Julie mentioned the 365 journey, and it's like really 365 plus like whatever, the next 2 weeks. Because I am going to tell you right now, you don't get like a big Christmas break. I'm sorry. Like you don't get a break. My poor husband, like I haven't taken a break in like 6 years since I started this business. I'm always like, oh, it'll slow down next year. And he's like, yeah, what, until you have the next big goal? Because you work for your freaking goals. So let's talk about really the last week of the year, the 28th, or really Sunday, the 27th. So I was on a call with Doug Moss, and he said, Beachbody calls, and I've never heard that until a few weeks ago, that Beachbody calls the last week of the year their quarter 5. He's like, we have 5 quarters in our year. And one of those quarters, quarter 5, is literally the last week of the year. Why? I mean, we all know we're a freaking health and fitness company. We have huge launches in December and New Year's resolutions. So it makes complete sense. But I watch coaches, check out right now. What's today? I don't know. We're in the week of the 14th somewhere, right? So I don't even know what day it is. It doesn't matter what day it is, because you should just always be working. Really, truthfully, it doesn't matter. But this week, people are like, oh, people aren't really like saying yes. They're waiting for Christmas. Same thing. Week of the 21st, right? And I mean, I'm not inviting on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, right? Like, okay, like I'm not that crazy, I promise. But what I am doing is connecting with people that whole week before. I'm doing invites this whole week. Yep, you bet I'm getting more ghosting and less yeses. You know what I'm also doing? Creating a huge follow-up list for my Q5 for the week of the 28th. What I'm also doing, showing up, and all those people who have their New Year's resolutions, they already are thinking about me because I've been talking with them and I have been connecting with them. When coaches are like, oh, I'll wait till January 1st, or, we'll wait till right before the new year. Great. All your customers and potential coaches already know what they're doing. And guys, this is so far, like, I shouldn't even be talking customers right now, because I'm going to tell you right now, if you're going for Elite, we're not talking customers. You're going for Elite, you should be hitting Success Club 10 with customers. Like that's beneath this group. One, I'm going to say that. Customers, when I'm talking about recruiting customers, you should know how to find customers. You should know how to invite, follow up, show your workouts, share, attract people. What we're talking about is finding coaches, because that is where everything changes, and you go from being a diamond coach with some DCs and, you know, whatever, to I am leading a team of leaders. And so right now, you should also be talking business, right? What else happens in January? We all make our business boards or vision boards, and we're all talking about big dreams, right? And who knows? I mean, 2020, super weird, but I do know there's hope right now. I do know there's hope on the other side of 2020. And I do know I'm going to be one of those people that when people start daring to dream again, they come to me. So you need to be positioning yourself right now as that person, saying, listen, here's where I'm going, and you better come with me if you're ready. Like, you ready? Let's go. So right now, if you are saying, yes, I want in this elite group, one, if what I'm saying and what these other coaches like scares you and seems intense, probably not the group for you. And I mean that in the nicest way, because we are like, this group is fun because we are here to work with the runners and the people who say, yes, like elite is awesome. But like, if we're talking elite right now in December, I want you 10-star by the end of the year. I want you elite by summit. Like, we are here to work with people who want to go and go hard. And so that all starts right now. You should be planning, and this will help you do this, right? And this is what this group will get to, and I'm going to pass it off and let Allie talk about this. But I just want you to know, if you're like, yes, I'm in on this group, then you better look at these next few weeks and say, how am I setting myself up for success on December 28th? What am I doing to freaking have the biggest customer launch ever and to set myself up to recruit the most amount of coaches ever in January? And you better start recruiting in December. December 28th, that week, I would challenge you to go recruit 5 coaches. The first week of January, I'm challenging you to recruit 5 more coaches. Right? That's what this group is about. Let's set, that goal might not sound realistic, but let's set the realistic goals that will help you get to elite. And then in this group, we'll talk about how you do that. But we are here to set those big, scary goals for you, because those are the benchmarks that will move your business forward. So I'm going to pass this over to Allie, who's going to talk a little bit more about that momentum that you need in the beginning of the year that starts in quarter 5.
Thank you, Holly. I love your tough love. I need it. So first, let me say this, is if you have your video turned off, turn it on. I don't care if you're laying in bed. I don't care if you're working out. I don't care if you're driving in the car. I don't care if you're nursing your baby. Take your video and turn it on, because we want you to take ownership and we want you to show your faith. We want ownership of being here, that you are wanting to be a part of this elite mastermind group that we have, this elite squad. So take your video off, show your gorgeous face, and let us know that you're in this. Okay, now let's talk about front loading, which is something that's really important. And Holly talked about that, how right now starts 2021. What you do today and what you do that week right after Christmas is going to help you have success in the beginning of the year. And one thing that really helped me, and I also learned this by my corporate mentor, Doug Moss, which is all of our superstar mentors, he had told me that you really want to find 30 business builders in the first 3 months of the year. Now, don't freak out, okay? It's 30 people. That is it. It is 30 people that want to work this business with you, that want to impact lives, that wants to change their life, that wants to do this thing with you. So when we talk about getting success early on, it is crucial in helping you end the year elite. Just like Holly said, we don't want you just to end the year 5-star elite. We want you to be elite by summit so you can earn your spot to leadership, so that you can end the year not only an elite team without stress having to do it during the holiday season, but to end maybe a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-star diamond team. We don't want you to end bare minimum. That's not why we're doing this mentorship here. So the reason why we want you to recruit massive 30 people, that's what we're going to be pushing, encouraging you to do in the first 3 months, Because those 30 people, estimately, I'm going to give you an average, is out of those 30 business builders, you're going to get 3. You're going to get 3 that actually work the business. So if you recruit 30 business builders over January, February, March, 3 will become diamond. You get to control 2 of your diamonds, most likely, a controllable account and your second CBC. That right there is 5-star. But it takes time. It takes time to develop new coaches to become diamond coaches. It takes 2 to 3 months. I know the average sometimes for coaches that are pushing, it can be anywhere from 60 to 90 days to become diamond. So if you recruit these new business builders in January, February, March with the launch of Control Freak, you guys, launch of Control Freak, this is your opportunity. It's going to set you up for an entire year of success, especially when you start meeting the requirements that we have for you to be in this group. My story of my own team becoming a superstar team is this exact example. We were doing 80-day obsession. We were a 1-star diamond team. And I invited till I was blue in the face, November, December, like I never missed a day. I did not invite on Christmas, but literally on the 26th, I was inviting on New Year's. I recruited 36 coaches in January, 36 coaches, business builders. Those 36 coaches, I got 15 or 16 diamonds out of those 36. By April, we were superstar qualifying, 1-star to superstar qualifying from January to April. It's because I hustled. I did the work. I found the people, and they all joined 80-day obsession. They wanted to be a part of 80-day obsession. They wanted to be a part of this magic program that was going to change their life, and they wanted to help other people. So use Control Freak, use this group as your momentum to help you find as many people as possible in those first 3 months of the year so that you can end the year not just 5-star elite, but 10-star, like Holly said. So put that magic number in your head, affirm it every single day that you will find 30 people that are wanting to work hard with you to build this business, because that is what's going to help you lay that foundation of becoming a 5-star team and above. So that's all I'm going to say. That's it, because you're going to learn more about that. And I'm going to pass it on over to Brittany.
It's me. Hi, guys. Okay. So my portion of our time together is what the Elite Squad mentorship is all about. Okay. So it's so funny. Like, all of us have been in this business for many years now. And I think we've all gotten to the point where we don't actually pre-plan what we're going to say anymore. It's like the first couple years as a coach, I feel like I typed out every word I was ever going to say on any call. And now you just wing it because it's just what you live and breathe, right? And so it's so funny. Julie, your opening was perfect because it was the exact analogy that I wanted to share. So remember, I'm talking about what is this Elite Squad mentorship. Julie said, there might be a time in your business where you say, I feel like I'm off track. And it gives me goosebumps, because what is this mentorship? The easiest way for me to describe it is an analogy I used to use on my team calls early on. This Elite Squad mentorship is like being attached to a trolley track. So stay with me for a second. So, right, if you're driving a bus, it's easy to stop. It's easy to, veer off, take a different route. But if you're connected to a trolley, like in San Francisco, you're attached to the cable and you just go, right? You stay on one course. And so that's exactly what this Elite Squad mentorship is. It keeps you connected to your track of business growth with very little opportunity to veer off, get sidetracked, slow down, pump the brakes, whatever. This Elite Squad mentorship is like you being a trolley on the track. And it's bringing you closer and closer to your bigger business growth goals, because you're surrounded by people who have a similar goal. You're surrounded by people with a similar commitment level. And so when that happens, you become the small fish in a big pond, right? Instead of the big fish in a little pond. And if you guys read Malcolm Gladwell, you know that analogy. You do not want to stay a little fish, you do not want to stay a big fish in a little pond for too long, because there's nowhere to go, right? There's no growth to happen. So you want to be as uncomfortable and vulnerable as it can be. You want to be the little fish in the big pond. And that's what this is for a lot of people. You are going to feel small, right? Because you compare yourself to her social media, her recruitment numbers, her 11-time elite amazingness, whatever it is, right? You compare, that's how we are as humans. But I'm telling you, this Elite Squad mentorship is what keeps you connected to the track, just like a trolley, so that you've got accountability, you've got focus, you've got call to actions, and we help dissect, which I'm not going to go too far into because someone else is going to, but you get a chance to dissect that bigger goal into the whole year. And so you stay on track towards the goal, right? There's no more stopping, veering off, hanging out at the water cooler because some other coaches are complaining about volume or whatever. You just stay going and connected to the track, okay? So this, while you're connected to the track, I don't want that to be misinterpreted as your upline's going to hold your hand or drag you, because I promise you we won't. We will barely remind you of the call. Because that's the level of independence we want for this group, right? Like you are beyond needing a reminder for our Thursday at 2 p.m. half-hour call, which we expect you to be on live every week, right? You won't be reminded 24 hours in advance. I won't, your upline won't be tagging you in a million things, because that's just not the vibe of this group, right? We really want to foster independence. And just like we teach our coaches, we want to work with the people that are working. Not willing, but working. And so just, ask yourself, is that where I'm at in my business now? Am I that committed to this goal that I will be autonomous in showing up and fulfilling what's expected? Because that's what this is. It really is not hand holding. It is like coming alongside you as a friend or as a partner in this business, because we have done what maybe you're setting out to do. And so there is a lot of value in our 30-minute, we hold it to 30 minutes, you guys, because we don't want to keep repeating the exact same thing over and over again, like maybe you've done in other calls with your teams. It's 30 minutes every Thursday at 2 p.m. We rotate between one of us hosting. Sometimes we ask you guys to step up and lead the conversation, which is so valuable. And then we also have high-level guests, whether they're inside the network or outside the network. And so what we do on these calls is we focus you in, we keep you on pace, we talk about the awkward things or the elephant in the room that's not getting done so that you can course correct quickly and stay on track. And so it was my favorite partnership that I did this year. It was the most fruitful, the most rewarding, and the most fun, honestly. And so there's something that happens when you surround yourself with people in a similar level of commitment and vision, and that's just where the magic happens. And so that's exactly what this group is. We you may have been explained this already, but we will meet weekly for the first couple months, and then we'll taper to every other week in the mid-year, and then we'll come back to weekly as the year sort of progresses, just to keep everybody on pace and accountable. Oftentimes we have, and Micah's going to talk about this, but oftentimes we'll have a call to action or something specific we want you to implement from our 30-minute call. But again, this is not like maybe a traditional training group where we give you a bunch of homework. That's not what this is, because at this point, we just want you to be supported in the action that you take to get to your goal. And so I hope that gives you a little bit of a better idea of what this squad is all about. It's powerful. And again, like Julie said in the beginning, sometimes the difference in your year of business is who you surround yourself with and the level of expectation you give for yourself. If you continue to stay in diamond mode, as I would say, or in defensive diamond mode, even like trying to defend your diamond, there's very little margin for growth, right? But if you become the small fish in the big pond, you very quickly see that your potential is maybe even much greater than you even originally imagined. So I really want to challenge you guys to reach that threshold of diamond to get into this mentorship January 7. You have to maintain diamond to stay in it, and that's a hard rule. You have to maintain your rank. And so not maintain your rank, you need to grow upon your rank, but we will not allow you to stay in the mentorship if you dip below diamond. So do whatever it takes to progress your business forward if you haven't done so already. A lot of you are already there, but get into it because it's a very fruitful opportunity to be with people that are in your same vibe, same commitment level. So I'm going to pass it over to Micah, and she's going to talk a little bit more.
All right, you guys, I'm so freaking excited for this. I was just talking to my thread on the side. I'm like, guys, I have goosebumps. Like, I'm so excited about what is coming for you. So with Elite, obviously there's certain benchmarks, there's certain things you focus on every single month. And that's where when I was asking a lot of my girls that have had Elite as a goal and missed it and missed it and missed it and missed it, I'm like, what's the missing link? And lots of them are just don't know what to focus on. They're like, I don't know. And so that's why we're creating this structure, right? So we have a tracker. We'll share it once you're in there, and I'm not going to go over it today, but it's very simple and it's very basic. And it's literally just bringing awareness to the focus of each category and what to be aligning your actions with. So we'll have that. We'll post that weekly within the thread. It will be a monthly overview of like the things that we need to be hitting on a monthly basis to be on the road to elite, but we'll do it weekly because we have to have that urgency. We have to see the progress. We have to keep it in the forefront, right? So that is going to be a part of the group. As far as the baseline to stay in the group, it's Success Club 10, non-negotiable, at least diamond or above, like she shared, and at least 3 coaches a month. At least 3 coaches, business building coaches. Now, we understand that some discounters become builders and some coaches that want to build flop and don't do anything. But lots of you guys are not elite yet because you've just never focused on recruiting builders. And so we are going to be hyper focused on building your tribe, on connecting with the women that you want to lock arms with and make an impact together. And so that's why we have 3 as the baseline, because you won't get it if you don't talk about it. And we're going to be learning how to do that, and we're going to be implementing, and you are going to grow leaps and bounds in your recruiting area throughout the year. Okay. So that's the baseline. As we progress, I will say, as we progress throughout the year, obviously helping our coaches hit Success Club is one of the things that we have to get really good at. That's a baseline. You have to help your coaches hit Success Club if you want to hit elite. We are going to create certain monthly expectations around that a little bit further into the year. Okay, so that's not going to be on the board at the beginning because some of you might be starting from ground zero with no builders. Totally fine. You'll have time to recruit. Like Ali said, if you're going for the 30 in 3 months, you'll have a big pool of people to work with to get that Success Club base going. So that's not incorporated yet, but it will be because that has to be a focus. Okay. So in order to get in, December counts, right? December gets you into the group in January. So Success Club 10 in December is a non-negotiable. At least diamond by December 7th or by January 7th is a non-negotiable, and at least 3 coaches in December is a non-negotiable. So if you're not there yet, you got 2 weeks to bust booty and get in. Okay. And that goes for everyone across the board. All right. Okay. That's all I got. I'm going to turn it over. Yes. Well, how do you want to do that? Ideally, yes. 3 business building coaches would be ideal. Non-negotiable, at least 3 new coaches in December to get in. Okay. Ruth, are you up next, girl?
Yes. All right. I'm going to close this out. I just had my stopwatch pulled up because, they give us a time limit, and your girl is not good at time limits. Okay. So you guys just heard amazing powerhouse women talk, right? Now I want you guys to do something for me. I want you to imagine all of us, and I want you to strip us down where we have no makeup on, our hair isn't curled, we just rolled out of bed. I want you to imagine us crying in a corner by ourselves. I want you to imagine us saying to ourselves, I'm not good enough. I can't do this. Why would anyone want to join me? I don't have a story. I don't have a social media following. Who's going to find me inspiring? I can't recruit coaches. I can't get to diamond. I want you to imagine us yelling at our husbands, yelling at our kids. I want you to imagine us in all these places, because I think it's easy to get on this call and hear us and see us and be like, nope, I'm out. Like, I can't be Holly. I can't be Allie. I can't be Julie. I can't be Micah. I can't be Brittany. I can't be Ruth. We don't want you to be us, number one. But we do want you to see that you are just as capable as we are. When you take us off that pedestal that maybe you've put us on, when you take us out of that light of maybe perfection that you think that we have, or this imaginary, unshakable belief or unwaveable confidence, or maybe it's, you don't think we have the inner demon inside of us. And I'm telling you, she's alive and well, and she lives in me every single day. And I have to fight her back down. And I imagine some of you, your inner demon is on your shoulder, like doing the Megan Thee Stallion dance right now. It's like super excited because like that demon is beating you. And then like, it's like, it's been in my head all day. But there are 3 things that I think are super important as to why all of us have been able to build a business. And the first, I want you to write down the person that you love right now on paper. Who are the people in your life that you love most? It's the person, if they were like, hey, I need a kidney, you would drop everything and you would go. Who are those people in your life that you give your kidney up for? Now I want you to write down something that you know that those people or that person would just freaking love. Like, it is their dream. You know, like they have said before, man, I want to go to Disney World, or, oh, someday I'm going to have this car. Like, this is my dream car. Or I want to take a vacation to X, Y, and Z. What is that person's dream? I think a lot of us, especially if you're a woman on this call right now, I think sometimes we have an issue dreaming for ourselves. I know I did when I started this business, and I would not have built this business if I was basing my work ethic on a dream I wanted to bring to life for me. However, there are some very important people in my life who I would do anything for. And those people were my parents. They are the most selfless, amazing individuals in the world. And they were also my future children, and I couldn't even see their faces yet. But every day I thought about the life and the family that I wanted to bring my kids up in. 6 years later, and I attached everything that I did to these people and their dreams and what I wanted to do to them. And that's how I began building this business. And that's why I began getting uncomfortable. It wasn't because I wanted to be elite. It was because I wanted to see my parents' dreams come true. It was because I wanted my kids to have this financial, this lifestyle that I didn't have growing up, this worry-free lifestyle, I should say, that I didn't necessarily have growing up. And so anytime I was scared to invite to the business, post about the business, share about the business, talk about the business, all those things, post on social media, I would think about these people and I would imagine the day I got to make their dreams come true. My babies, they're IVF babies, twins. I don't know if they would be here if I did not decide my dreams and my parents' dreams and my future kids' dreams were worth the fight. My parents have lived in a 900 square foot home almost my entire life, 1 bathroom. And last week, I got to gift to them their first home ever. They've never owned a home in their life. They've been renting for years, which is crazy. And I got to bless them with an incredible 5-bedroom home. And my sister called me last night, and I hadn't talked to her yet. And she goes, yeah, Mom and I played this fun little game over the weekend. It was, let's name all the things that she's never had in a home that she now has. Central heat and air. You guys, central heat and air. An ice maker, a dishwasher, a closet, a freaking closet, a closet. My mom has never had a closet, a garage. And we just went through, and the reason why I'm so passionate about this is because it's not just for Julie or myself or Holly. It's not just our dreams. Your dreams matter. Your dreams matter. So I'm challenging you to think about those things and why the work is going to be worth it. And I'm challenging you to adopt a mission, because this isn't, oh, I'm going to become an elite Beachbody coach. I'm going to sell Beachbody. I'm going to sign people up. When I went for elite, I had this dream, but then my mission was I wanted to help bring other women home. I wanted other people to find the passion and the financial goals that I had set. I did not have a successful business at this point. I just knew I was earning $1,000 a month. And I thought, if I can earn $1,000 a month, why can't someone else? And my mission went, who wants to earn $1,000 a month with me? Who wants to earn $2,000? Because $2,000 a month for me was like almost my full-time paycheck on my old job. My mission became then to bring other people into this and help them grow that business with me. And the last piece I had to form was my identity. So how all of you, or maybe not all of you, but some of you are looking and you're not connecting with Micah or Holly or Allie or Brittany or whoever on this, and you're like, I'm not good enough. You have to begin forming your identity of your most successful self and begin operating from that place every day. I would not be where I'm at if I got on social media every day and said, who's going to want to join my team? Crap. Okay. I had to get on social media every day and say, why wouldn't you want to join my team? Which brings me to my last point. I talked to a man this week and he changed my life with this one sentence. If you follow me on social, I've talked about it so many times. He said, the power of your life is directly related to the questions you ask yourself. And I want you to end this, and I want to challenge you to get real with the questions. Some of you are asking yourself right now, you're saying, how am I going to do this? Like, I can't do this. And instead, I want you to say, why not me? Why not me? And instead say, how am I going to show up every single day as the person I need to be to make my dreams come true for my family? What am I willing to sacrifice every single day because my dreams matter? What special skills and talents and characteristics has God given me and only me that no one else has, that the world needs more of? Go share that. Everyone on here has something that's special about them that the world needs more of. And when you live in that place, you're going to do amazing things. So I want you to start asking yourself the right types of questions to help you form your identity, to help you form your work ethic, and to help you begin creating habits that are going to help you hit this elite goal and change your life. Oh, I'm so over 4 minutes. And now I am done. That is it. What else do we have?
Does anyone have any questions that we could quickly answer so that we don't take up too much of your time? I know there's a lot of excitement and we could all, I mean, literally Ruth's story is like the best story ever in the world. Like her video, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. And if you don't cry, you have a cold, dead heart and you shouldn't be in this group anyway. So that's all I'm saying. But if you have some questions that are like true, tangible, not how do I attach my control tracker to my door? Come on, not that question. Like, do you have questions about this group? Then, either unmute or ask. Maybe unmute, like be bold. Just unmute and ask them. Going once.
Can you review the requirements to be in the group? Because I love to share this with my coaches.
Micah?
Yeah, I just put it in the chat. SE10, Diamond, 3 coaches. Bam. That's it.
But we're giving you till January 7th to be Diamond. So if you're a fallen Diamond or you're 1 coach or 2 coaches, whatever it might be, you have to wake up on January 7th as a Diamond. And then as Micah said, you must maintain that to stay in this group. If you drop Diamond, you take a vacation, a hiatus, till you get that back. And then you may come back to this magical island of elite.
I have one quick question. So I know that there will be some calls and things like that. And the schedule of the calls, I'm just wondering whether or not they're going to always be like in the middle of the day. Will we have the option? I know I pretty much heard someone say you want us on here live, but I work. So it's sometimes I'm in meeting, whatnot. So how does that work if I'm not able to get on because of work?
You're out and you can't be a part of it. I'm kidding. No, we record them all. We record everything. We drop the recording in the message thread, and then you just catch up when you can. We know that not everyone does this, full time, or that they're home. You have other jobs and other things. We love for you to be on live because that gives you the opportunity to ask and get your questions answered in real time. But we also know that that's not possible for everyone. So they're always recorded. They're always dropped in the message thread. And then you catch up when you can and you ask your questions in that message thread, and we keep going.
Thank you.
I have a question. Sorry, I don't even know if I'm coming through because I'm on my phone. But so do you have any pointers on communication, like ways to communicate with our spouses here at the beginning of the year that can really help them understand what a push to elite looks like as far as like push seasons go? Because something I'm trying to learn in my business is not like what do you call it, being on someone else's push season schedule, right? But like trying to look at my year and say, okay, these are this 6 weeks here and this 6 weeks there, and try to plan that out. I don't know. Do you understand my question? Saying it's like, do you know?
Who wants to take that one?
I'll take it. Okay, so I understand your question, Melissa. I feel like it's going to be different for everybody, so difficult to say for sure. But I think what I can tell you from my experience is this goal takes extreme discipline and focus. It does not take massive hours. So it probably comes down to making sure that the time that you're actually spending on your business is very focused and diligent, and you sacrifice sleep. You get up before your husband. So, and again, it's going to be different for every family, but my unsolicited or maybe solicited advice would be to do the bulk of your work when your family is least affected with whatever their expectations are. So that might mean 4 a.m., which is really inconvenient, but that might be what it is. You know, that might be having a conversation with your spouse and saying, look, I know this doesn't really make sense to you, but it's really important to me. And so for that reason alone, can we figure out a midway point? Can we figure out a way where, you know, I don't know, I complain less about you playing video games Friday night and I go work my business Friday night. I don't know, you know, but I think you find a time frame that you can get some focused, diligent work done that's going to least affect your family's expectations of you. That's as generic as I can get it. But, and having an honest conversation and saying, look, this is really important to me. And although it doesn't maybe make sense to you or it's not important to you, but it is to me. So for that reason alone, can we find a happy medium here for the year?
That's a beautiful statement, Brittany. This is important to me. And for that reason alone, can we find a happy medium? Let me tell you something. When I got married, I've been married to my husband 27 years. Yes, the same person for 27 years. And he is a college football coach. He is not home most of the time. He's home way too much right now because of what's happening. But during the season, at no point in time did I go, you know, I'm going to need you to not be gone on Sundays, breaking down film and doing your job. That's not a conversation. This is his passion. This is what he does. So this is what we make work, you know, and that's just kind of what I got into. And you have that conversation. And if that's not something I wanted to get into, then I should have made that decision before we got married. Here's where we are. So this is your dream. This is your goal. This is your passion. This is something you want to do. It's important to you. You got to have a conversation and figure it out. It's important to you. And that's the end of the discussion. It's important to you.
I'll chime in. I'm going to chime into what Brittany said, and then I'm going to answer Cassidy's question because I thought it was really great. I 100% agree with Brittany and Julie, and I will personally say that whenever there's been conflict with my husband and I, it's because I undercommunicated and I didn't honor my work schedule, and that falls on us. So meaning like if I tell my husband, because, you know, we have all of us here, all of us have kids, all of the superstar coaches, we all have kids. So we all have multiple things pulling at us. And if I tell my husband, I'm only going to work Monday and Wednesday nights. I work during the day, but I'm only going to work Monday and Wednesday nights. So that means I can help out with soccer on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I can pack lunches. Like I can do all those things, but then I secretly creep off into my office and go MIA. And then he has to do everything Tuesdays and Thursday nights. That's where there's friction because you're not holding up your end of the deal. So my husband knows he has kid duty Mondays and Wednesday nights. But if I don't honor that, it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful to our communication line. So I'd really encourage all of you, when you map out your plan, like do exactly what Brittany said, is work when it least affects the family, because that means you're going to have to sacrifice. And then if you need to, talk to your significant other and say, this is important to me. I need this, this, and this. Can you help me out here? And when I came to my husband and I said that, he's like, of course, I'll help with the kids. And if I can't help, we'll get a sitter. So I was able to share that with him. And the only time there's issues is when I don't honor what I communicated with him. And then Cassidy. So I love what Cassidy asked. She said, tips on sharing with our team about our elite goal/push and what it means for them and how to rally the troops for that. So rallying your team starts right now. I would encourage all of you, every single one of you, to take some time, today and over the next couple of days, deciding if this group is for you, and then write down why Elite is important to you, and then go live in your personally sponsored coach page. Go live and start casting the vision now for 2021 and who wants to be a part of this incredible legacy with you. It's up to you to cast that vision, and don't worry about who's viewing it, who's going to comment, who's going to say who's all in. I can still remember when I started doing this every single Friday. Every Friday I went live in my personally sponsored coach page, and I shouted out the coaches who were in it with me, who were working hard, who were becoming diamond, who were working for Star Diamond. I even took a picture of my dry erase board of the people that were committing to the goals. It's your responsibility to cast the vision, and those that want in will be a part of it. And you need to break down why this is important to you. And I love what Holly has talked about on her recruiting calls, is she says, talk about where you were, where you are now, and where you're going. And that's what you want to tell your team is, look, this is where we were last year. We're pivoting, we're changing, we're going for Elite this year, and who's in it with me? Who's going to make this happen? Who's going to impact more lives? Who's going to build a business that blesses their family? Because I am looking for people, women, men, to do this with me. Who's in? And that's on you. So I would put that in your calendar, go live Sunday night, go live tomorrow, put on your calendar every Friday, every Sunday, cast that vision, shout out those people who are in the trenches with you. People will start to get on that trolley. Just like Brittany said, the more you lead, the more you cast, the more you share what you're doing for your team and with your team.
And I want to add.
Oh, shoot. You want to go?
Micah.
Okay, really
just gonna, yeah, go.
Okay, really fast. Just to simplify this, you guys, I know it might be freaking you out. You can't base 2021 goals on what you've previously done. Okay, so your previous actions, the previous way you've shown up, your mentality around this, the way you've given this priority or not, you can't base your success on that. Okay, so we're drawing the line in the sand and we're creating a new normal for you. And it's not going to be overwhelming. It's not going to be extra stress. It's going to be locked and loaded intent and discipline around what actually matters. Lots of you guys probably work longer hours than we do. You're just not doing the right things, and you're just not doing them efficiently or effectively. So we're just going to really dial it in so that you're doing the most important things in the time that you have, and it's going to move the needle forward in a massive way. And the best thing about Elite, you guys, this is the stuff that we need to be dialed in on to help our coaches have success. This is not an I goal. This is if I want to build a team of successful humans, these are the things I need to help them do. So it's not even that if casting a vision of Elite stresses you out or freaks you out, or you're like, I don't even have people that know what that means or that want that. Recognize what you want them to achieve. Recognize Success Club. Recognize new team builders. Recognize the stuff that they need to be honed in on, and it will naturally progress and naturally happen on its own. So just remember that too. Don't make this harder than it has to be. We'll help walk you through it from start to finish.
Yeah, and I was going to say, similar to what Micah said, about the vision, being a diamond coach is about you, right? You're building your business, you're signing DCs. Being diamond is an I thing, right? I'm going to show the world what I can do. Being an elite coach has nothing to do with you. When I speak elite to my team, it is what is in it for them. It's exactly like when I'm trying to recruit a customer. It's not about my six-pack abs or my goals. It's about their goals. Being an elite team is not about you. It is about them, and it is about what that path to elite does for your entire team. So if you feel weird talking about being an elite team, it's because you're still equating an elite team to being an elite coach. An elite team, you may be the one leading them there, but it is not you. It is about them and what it will do for their business. And that is what you have to switch and make sure they understand what is in it for them. What does building to elite do for them. It's your business right now. It is not about you anymore. And until you realize that, you will stay stuck where you are, because you are now, and like Ruth said, like, I am in this every single day to help moms and women like accomplish their greatest dreams. It is not about me anymore. I literally don't even like it's not about me. It's just not. And when you make that switch, everyone from the coaches you're trying to recruit to the coaches who are sitting there on your team wondering if they can do that, they will feel it. Your vision, like Ali was talking about, is helping them create their vision. Okay, so like that is a shift that we will make, especially if you're like a newer diamond coach, because it's been, how many DCs can I sign up, and how can I build this, and how can I build this, and it feels I. We're getting away from I to building that dream team, and those dream team coaches are the ones you're helping to fulfill their dreams. So that just has been a huge, it's huge for me, and it's what changed. I did not, all these coaches, all the leaders on here were like, I want to lead my first year. I want to lead my first year. I didn't go elite my first year. I went premier, elite, and then top 10, because I learned how to use the power of elite to help my coaches. When you guys hit elite, you're helping your coaches. It's not about you. So make that mindset shift and everything changes. So yeah, I just wanted to add that on as well. We're really talking to our teams.
Okay, to wrap up, everyone has a Google form given to you by your upline coach. They've either given it to you or they're going to give it to you. So check in with your upline coach as to when that form needs to be filled out, where it needs to go, all the things around that, and make sure that you're adhering to those guidelines. Success Club 10, 3 coaches, solid diamond on January 7th. We kick off on January 7th, so likely we won't talk to you like this again until January 7th. And then at that point, it's go time. So set yourselves up, take the launch, use the momentum, shift your mindset, make a decision, and get unapologetic about it. It's your business, but more important, it's your life. You got one shot at this. You got one. This is not dress rehearsal. You got one shot. And you've been given the gift of this business. It fell into your lap. It is in your life for a reason. No one's here by coincidence. So take your shot and go. And we'll see you on January 7th. Cool? Have a great weekend.